Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video today, I am bringing you another opportunity for you to see me live in action on a sales call. I know I don't post many of these, but when I do, you guys love them and you always have lots of questions and comments. So I'm excited to bring you this one today. Obviously, I show a lot of my sales call in my sales call vault for my girls to watch. So I've pulled out one that I think is going to be the most valuable, which is a call with a lot of fear that I have to pre-handle. So this is a full sales call from start to finish. The only things that we have cut out are the pitch and some personal details on the prospect, as the company is still going to want to respect privacy. Other than that, it's a full unedited, uncut call. And the reason I've chosen this call specifically is because we focus a lot on pre handling objections. There's a big thing in this industry with talking about objections, learning how to overcome objections. Everyone thinks objections are sexy when they're not. In order to sell in the feminine way, we need to learn how to pre handle these objections so we're not getting to the end of the call and we're not fighting. We're not fighting to close the deal. We're not focused on the money. We are building trust and rapport early. We are pre handling fear. We are pre handling troubles. We are making sure that this prospect is set up for success. We're doing it the feminine way. So I think there's going to be a lot for you to learn from this call, but also maybe to challenge your beliefs as well. This call will probably look easy because, not to toot my own horn, but I'm making it look easy. The point of a sales call is to guide someone to their ideal solution, not to force, not to trick, not to push. Here in this call, I am building rapport, I am challenging beliefs, and I am building trust with this lovely lady to help her make the right decision. Now, don't get me wrong, we do have to do some objection handling at the end. No call is perfect, but the point of this is going to show you a different perspective on how I sell and how I teach the girls how to sell in my program. So let's get into it. Enjoy, and if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Bye. To meet you. My name is Shelley. I'm part of the senior business management team. Where are you calling from?
Pardon me, say that again.
Where are you calling from?
I'm from UK, Leicester, more specific.
Okay. And is that where you're hoping to set up your property business?
Yes, correct.
We actually have a lot of clients in Leicester.
Yeah.
Popular area. Surprisingly, I was always shocked to know because I'm not far. But it does really well.
Yeah.
I believe you spoke with on Instagram. Is that correct?
Yes, briefly I spoke with her. Yeah.
Okay, got you. She's left me some notes. She always kind of does ahead of these calls. So I'll just briefly go through them just to make sure we're on the same page. But to start off with, you mentioned you're in that research phase at the beginning stages of conceptualization. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And for yourself, your main goal, I believe, your driving force is to have that financial freedom, more like stability financially.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
The long-term goal, of course, as everyone that enroll into this kind of business.
Of course. And are you doing this completely independently, or do you have like a business partner?
No, independently. So force act independently, but I have in mind, because of course, as long as you expand, you're not going to be able to, handle the whole thing by yourself. So I have in mind some people to join me later on, but I want to start by myself and
have the control.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people say that actually. And then finally, investment wise, I believe you have between 5 to 7K set aside. Is that correct?
5 to 6K.
5, 6. Okay. So is that like liquid in your bank ready to go?
Liquid, yes.
And is that more 5 or more 6? And I'll be able to help you break that down with budget and what you're going to need.
I would say 5 because I don't want to put it all in, you never know. So I'll say, let's say on the 5.
Okay. Sure. So 5K would be what you've
the ideal
budget that you want to spend in the business.
Correct.
Okay, good. That's not a problem. That's a very strong position to be in sales. It's a good place to start. So really then, Christiana, the first part of this call is just for me to find out a little bit more about your background, what you've done in the past in regards to property, what you're doing now, and then really just to understand like what it is that you're looking for, just to see if we can help in the first place. If we can, then I'll walk you through that. And if we can't, I'll just let you know because, well, there are some potential clients we can't always really help. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes. So basically, like I said in the beginning, I have no experience when it comes to property investments and rent to rent, none of that. So it will be my first time, my first open window when it comes to that. Now, no food, no nothing in. So it'll be the first time.
And I'm curious for yourself, what was it about us attracted you to want to get in touch and take the step?
I've been looking for the investment property for the last 6 months. I've been looking around, studying the terms and everything, the bureaucracy and all the things behind that. But then I came across, while I was studying and looking around, I came across her. And what gave me more attention was the fact that I was so near by, like, Leicester, Birmingham, which is where I am. So a lot of times you see people having those experiences, but you don't see the results on the area. But I see good result in here. Plus, this is a university city. There's a lot of construction all the time. So I was like, it's not going to be that much of a risk if I'm inside the city where I'm trying to invest.
Yeah.
So yeah, because everywhere that I saw, I was like in London, majority of the places I saw in London, I said that's a very distant place for me to start something, but I have to be hands-on, full-time, everything. Yeah.
I think that's nice, isn't it? It's very rare to find. I hear that a lot. It's very rare to find a program or like a mentor or results in your hometown, in where you're living. So I get that completely. It gives you that kind of confidence that it's worked. Someone else has done it before you've had to, and you can see it's viable. So now you kind of want to do the same.
Yes.
What is it you currently do for work now? What are you doing for a living?
I'm a self-employed. I'm an LTech, so I work at home.
Nice. Okay. And is that how's that going for you? Is that quite full time, or what does that look like for you?
It's my own source of income right now. So I've done every source of things. I've done recruitment, so I was like responsible for recruitment people to 4 factories, which is a very demand work. I've done retail, which everyone has done retail. I've done restaurants. I've done.
Sure. Got you. So you're an currently. So
yeah.
I'm curious for yourself then. Obviously you've got your own business. I'm sure you've had that taste of being independent, self-employed. So why do you want to look outside of that and diversify into property? Why not continue to build and scale your current business?
There's so much you can achieve with a nail tech business. Honestly, it's a very small. The perspective long time is not long.
Sure.
It's a very small. It will be something for people that don't have a mindset of expanding. Like, okay, you want to be your self-employed, but you want to be self-employed and working till late forever. So it's not something that you can make it work for yourself. So I'm a nail tech. I have to actually physically be there and doing people nails. It's not something that I can work like for the first 2 years, make my 100%, but then the next years I can like lay back and let the money work for me. It's not that kind of job. So yeah, and property is kind of there. Once I have a group and everything, I can lay back and then have the.
So it pays the bills now. It gives you freedom now, but it's not give you the long-term financial stability you want.
Correct. Yeah.
And how long have you felt that way? Have you always known that getting into nails that it wasn't going to be like a long-term thing?
I knew, yes, but I was just fed up of working for people and have no appreciation. I'm 34 this year. So I came to this country 13, 14 years ago. And I've worked since I came here. And one thing that I've noticed, only thing that I've noticed, that people have no appreciation, no lack of respect with other people that work as an employee. You always have you feel always that kind of thing outsider, like people don't have appreciation for the work that you do. And everywhere you go, there's so much you can expand. And my mindset always was like, I don't feel like working for the people. I don't see myself as a long-term working for the people. It's been a long time working for the people.
Sure. So you've known that's why you're looking to continue your venture and do something independently.
Correct.
And why property then? Like, why service accommodation, do you think? Why do you want to get into that industry?
I like interior design, first of all. When it comes to that, I like to flip houses. I like to do this kind of thing. I'm good on like work under pressure. I like to challenge myself when it comes to those things. And then I saw how easy in a way is for people to step in. I'm not saying easy that it's not a lot of physical work, but easy in terms of knowledge. it's kind of, you have it's all the same path when it comes to property investment. You scale it, but it's the same thing that you do on your first property, and then on the 10th property, the same thing. You just scaled, when it comes to bigger range. So it's not like you have to go to university to do that.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Perfect.
yeah,
And you mentioned kind of scaling financial freedom. So what is the goal? Like, what are you hoping to achieve?
my go. I don't want to like being billionaire. None of that. I don't strive for that. What I want is financial freedom. When I say financial freedom, it's like, let's say, first of all, go back home, Portugal. I'm from Portugal.
Okay.
So most definitely go back home and go back home retired, in a way like I'll invest here and then I'll invest permanently at home and then make the investment work for me and then retire from that.
Got you.
But I don't have, a lot of people have those goals of being a billionaire. No, I don't have those goals. No, I have the goal to have enough money to go
Okay.
travel, to pay the bills, travels, and be with family. I'm a very family orientated, so as long as I'm with my family and I have the freedom that people's not telling me what to do, and then I have enough money for me to do what I want, that's enough. But I really don't have that goal of being a billionaire, having cars, properties. No, I don't have that.
And do you feel with your current situation at the moment, your current trajectory, do you feel you don't have as much freedom? You couldn't do as much traveling. You couldn't kind of move back home with your nail tech business?
Oh, of course, no. If you don't work, you don't get paid.
Okay. So for yourself, you want it to be that you can be free knowing that you've got income just coming in from the foundations you've set up.
Exactly.
Okay, got you. And you want to make that change really. You want to start laying the foundations of your life essentially so you can live back home.
Exactly.
And why now then? Like, why do you want to get this ball rolling now? Why not 6 months ago?
No, actually, it was 6 months ago. That's exactly when I started to look further into it. I don't know. I'm a Christian, so I'm very God oriented. So I see signs and I believe on signs. So if I see things pop up on my, for example, on the internet and everything all the time, for me it's a sign. So like, if it's coming to me and I speak to God, because I'm very God oriented, like I said, and then if it comes to me, if I feel like I have to do it, then I'll do it. It's like just sitting down procrastinating and said maybe tomorrow, maybe don't work, maybe I'm gonna waste the money, maybe no, there's no maybes. I'm 34 years old. It's been too much money.
What stops you from starting already if you've been looking into this for 6 months? Because that's a long time.
Yeah. The fear, like I said, it is a fear, exactly.
And when you say fear, like what's behind that? If you could break that down.
Fear of losing money, of course. Like you work a lot for you to get on money, and then okay, you get this amount on your bank, and you want to make that money work for you, but then you don't have the experience to know where is the proper place for you to put that money to work for you. So of course you have that fear at the beginning, like, is this gonna work? Am I gonna lose? If I lose it, how long is it gonna take for me to get that money back?
Yeah, 100%. We understand that. So if we're really thinking about it, why is now different then? If fear's held you back for 6 months, why are you kind of willing to push the fear aside, do you think?
I don't have an answer for that. Why is that different? I actually don't have an answer for that. Like,
Sure, but the reason I ask that because it's a very common. Obviously, I do my job. I've done my job 6 days a week for 12 months now, so I speak with a lot of people. I see a lot of patterns, and from what I see is, if for someone, fear is normal. Everyone comes to these calls feel uncomfortable. Everyone takes starting their business, they feel scared. I'm sure you did when you become a nail tech. It's pretty similar, right? You're taking that step, betting on yourself, but for the people who I see who kind of had that fear, but then they say they want to get started, but they don't understand why they want to get started, that fear usually creeps back in and holds them back. So has anything like shifted for you? Has anything happened that's made you realize you want to push that fear aside, do you think?
it's what I said, like financial freedom. That's the big goal. Financial.
Sure, I get that, but why wasn't financial freedom enough for you to get started 3 months ago? Why now? Why is now the right time, do you think?
You don't have enough funds, right? You have to work for you to have the funds.
Okay,
That's
so
the
for
more
you,
difficult one.
it was just money that held you back. You didn't have all the funds.
Say that again.
So was it just the money that held you back then? You didn't have the funds to actually start?
Yeah, of course. That's the main goal for all the things that you be sorted out in life. The main goal is for you to be this kind of financial freedom. People say you don't need
Sorry,
money.
I think I asked my question wrong. So I'm just trying to understand because you've been thinking about doing this for 6 months, but you haven't started yet. So I'm trying to understand what stopped you from starting. Fear aside, was there anything else that stopped you? Or why do you feel now is the
You mean
right?
like physically? Like
Yeah, yeah. Why haven't you just got a property?
no, it's just like I said, it's fear. Only fear.
So why is today different? Why are you now ready to push that fear aside?
Because you need to start somewhere. Fear is what makes everyone working 9 to 5 jobs every day for the rest of their life.
So what shifted? Have you had a conversation? Has anything happened? Like why have you just woke up one day and thought, oh, I'm just gonna push the fear aside? Like, why do you want to start now? Why not give it another couple months? I'm
Don't
just
have an
trying.
answer for that.
So what motivated you to go, I am starting now? Like where did that come from?
Well, I'm starting what now today.
Where did that come from that you thought I'm gonna get in touch, I'm gonna book a call, I wanna start? Where did that come from?
The drive of you being working in a place that I'm an LTech because I know I'm good for to what I do, an LTech, but it's not a passion. Like
Oh,
so, like I said, like I always like to think of the housing, flipping houses. I always like these things, like investing on this kind of thing, of course.
so
But
how long have you looked into it? How long have you been kind of researching into?
I saw it yesterday.
There we go. That makes sense. Okay, so I was trying to understand like why now, and that makes sense. You discovered yesterday, you got in touch. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I saw her videos yesterday. I never saw her, never nothing.
Okay,
I just saw
because
her.
that's what I was trying to understand. I was like, why have you only reached out now if you've wanted to do this for so long? But for yourself, it was fear, lack of knowledge. Then you found and thought, oh, she could help. Is that
No,
what?
but I said it before. Not only that, it's because I said it in their group, and also because for the fact that it was so close to home. When I say home, is Leicester, Birmingham, and everything. Because she started in this area, and like the students are all majority of the students that I saw on her YouTube channel yesterday. It was from these areas, so it was something that it was a sign for me. It was a sign. Well, it's here, and then also I'm from a part of a group church, and then there's a lot of student that, and always their conversation is always about accommodation, is all everything. So I know that I have the resources that I need for it. For example, like I know that the students have the parents come, for example, now in Christmas. Parents will come for students Christmas, or students will go for Christmas, come in Leicester for to stay with family. So I know that I'm in the area with people where I can gather to get inside of the property. Of course, not that property, but I have means to say, look, I have this property.
Sure.
If you want to invest on, if you want to get in, if you don't have to play to be, we
Yeah, yeah,
can
yeah. Makes
exactly.
Okay. And for yourself, why do you want to invest in a mentor then? Like, why do you want to invest in that education to help you with this? Why not just try independently?
Yeah, that's what you're gonna tell me actually, because that's
But,
why I'm here.
but you got in touch with us. So
Exactly. So
why did you? Because obviously my job here isn't to sell a program by any means. My job is just to see, well, what do you want? Can we help you? If we can and you feel we can work together. So why do you want to invest in a mentor? Because I won't try and convince you to invest by any means.
hmm. So, like I said, it's not like I want to invest in a mentor. I want to see my options because, like in the internet, YouTube, there's like I said, 6 months looking into that. So there's a lot of videos on YouTube that you can see people step by step. They can tell you how to do and everything. So you, as an outsider, that you don't know, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. I didn't mean to. So for yourself, you're not looking to invest in a mentor. You're just looking for some support, some guidance, or
I'm looking for a guidance. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know how you guys work. So yesterday I asked Nina if it was a course and everything, and she said we don't do courses, more as a mentor. So it's a new door for me. So I said, okay, let me have uh, get in the interview and see how you guys work. Because of course I'm not gonna say I'm going to go with you guys, well, if I don't know how do you guys work.
yeah, absolutely. And I will absolutely share my screen and walk through that if it's appropriate. But I'm just trying to understand, like from your perspective, do you actually want to? Because so let me give you a brief overview. So we have multiple programs within Educate Property within the consultation business that we have. So essentially, we will take students within 3 months and teach them how to start, systemize, and scale their property business with a guaranteed result within those 3 months. It consists of a learning portal, step-by-step video modules, your legal documents, one-on-one coaching, like someone who's been there, done it, and who guides you through step by step, live calls and community. It's not a course, it's a mentorship. The reason I said that is because it's more premium, like it's very intensive. It's gonna get you from A to B. That is for sure, if you put in the work. Now, for some people, that's exactly what they want. They want to know that if they invest in a service, they are going to have that result. For other people, they're not as open to that, and they would rather go on YouTube. They would rather kind of utilize free resources to figure it out. So I'll be able to really break it down again into the details if it's appropriate. But do you feel that investing in that kind of level of intensity, that level of support, is that something that you would want? Or do you feel you'd rather kind of utilize the free resources online and kind of see how you get on?
So, like I said, it's first time for me. So it's a new window that I'm working. So I'm not gonna say I'm rather do this other than that if I don't know both of them. So that's why I came to this interview.
Right.
I want to.
Yeah. So from that brief breakdown I've just given you of what we could potentially offer for you, does that sound like something you'd want to be a part of? Or for yourself, do you think you'd rather more an independent approach?
I have no problem to go ahead and do it. Of course, we will have to talk about figures and see, what is the percentage, because if it is a mentor, so it's a long-term thing, or you said 3 months, right?
3 months, but you'd have a personal mentor that would guide you through.
So then, go ahead.
Yes, you just have like full access to them. You'd be able to reach out, you'd be on one-on-one calls, etc.
Okay, so how do you guys profit on that?
So we charge a one-off mentorship fee. I'll be able to go through the fees depending on the program that we actually choose to like go through, and then I can go through that whole thing. But for myself, like fees are fees. You wouldn't be on the call if you didn't have the budget to set up your business and work with us, because we just wouldn't waste each other's time. So you have your qualification is there, you have the fees. It's just whether you want a mentor. So I'm just trying to understand, are you saying you're open-minded, like you might want a mentor, or I'm just trying to get a gauge here so I don't waste your time essentially, because I can direct you in a different place if it's not right.
Yeah, I'm open-minded, of course, because I know when it comes to the background or when it comes to this property, I have zero experience. I have nothing. So yeah, of course, I could go there and do like they started, and they waste a lot of time because they didn't have mentor, they didn't have proper resources to do it. So if I see that I have a door where they can do that, help me achieving those quicker road, of course, I have no problem to go on that road instead of me, bouncing around and just trying to figure out by myself and then wasting money throughout the.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, great to know. And I'm curious, for a mentor, like if we were to give you the steps, the guidance, the blueprint, everything that you would need to start your first property, you've built your business, you're starting to bring cash flow in. What would that mean for you personally, Christiana, to be able to have cash flow from a business and to be able to have set that up?
What will that mean for me? Achievement.
Yeah, like how would that feel to have done that?
Very good, like achievement, like actually I conquered something by myself. Would you guys help? But
yeah, but still you would have done the work, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Do you think if you've been thinking about something for the last 6 months, like to be able to have done that, it will be like a big success for yourself?
Of course.
And I'm curious, that's like, because that's like top of the mountain. That is cash flow, building your business, building your future. Let's say where you are right now, which is pretty decent. I mean, you have your own business, you are cash flow, and like it's going okay. So if you just continued on that path, maybe 1, 2, 3 years, you continued being a nail tech, nothing really changed. What would that look like for you personally, do you think?
First of all, that wouldn't be an option because I don't see myself doing something for so long that I have no passion on it. I've done it for 14 years in this country. I can't do it anymore. I don't have passion for it. So at the end of the day, once I get a certain amount of the money, I would invest back in home. That was definitely not my intention to stay a long time on nail tech.
So for yourself, you're not willing to settle for that. Like you want to make a change.
Pardon me?
So you're not willing to settle for not doing anything. Like you want to make that change.
Exactly. Definitely not doing something that I'm not passionate about it.
Yeah, 100%. I like that.
I'm good on it. There is a source of income for me to do. I can have a freedom when it comes to people not telling me what to do. Amazing. But when it, everything, it's like you go for A for B, but then you don't want to be stuck on B. You want to go C exactly. So I'm on my B.
Some people want to be. Some people want
No,
to.
I
So
know.
that. So I'm
I know
curious.
majority of the population wants to because majority of the people works for other people. They have no problem as long as they have their schedule. Tell me what to do. I'm happy with that.
Mm,
I'll go home tomorrow at the same time, the same cycle. I've never been happy on that field, so I don't. It's
fair enough.
I feel
Well,
always outsider.
based off everything we've gone through, I absolutely do believe our mentorship can help you achieve property goals. I think going back to the fear, I think knowledge is confidence. And I say that all the time. It's just having the information. And the more you learn, the more confidence is going to come, and the more, just probably like nails or like any of the career you've done, like the first time is the hardest. And
Exactly.
it gets better. So I'll share my screen and I'll walk you through the program which I feel will benefit you most, and help you basically kickstart into your property journey. So let me know, can you see this?
What do you base it? What is it that you taking as a consideration that you saying that is will benefit me the most?
So I've taken into consideration your budget, timelines, and your goals. So based off your personality, kind of what we've discussed, kind of the fear and kind of taking that first step, and then obviously logistics as well. So different people come to me with different personalities, different goals, different finances, different wants, etc. And from that, I base a program off, because there's no point me handing a program that I know is a lot more risk involved, and there's a lot more to it if there is someone who has never done anything before and they have that fear, or there is no point me handling a program that is kind of the opposite if someone really wants to kind of have 20k and they want to do XYZ. So it's all based off different logistics essentially. And I think that will come to light for you right now as I explain why I chose this program. So this program is our co-host. Your thoughts with that? How does that sound?
Sounds good.
So that's literally everything you could want, and you're just making profit from it.
Okay, so we just talking basically 3 rounds investment and then guarantee.
Yeah. How do you feel about that now? Now we've gone through the whole breakdown, you know exactly what you're getting, you know the cost behind it, you know the results you're going to get, and you have a guarantee that if you do the work, you're going to get a refund if you don't get your result. Does that make you feel a bit better?
Yeah, it feels good, especially because you said that I don't have to actually set up the properties. The properties are going to be full setup. Is literally just me to have the property and then put it out live, basically. Achieve the property and go back on go live and wait for the bookings, basically. Okay. So, as your experience, how long do you think normally people get, especially new that has absolutely no knowledge when it comes to this field? How long do you think people normally get to get their first property? Because that's all on me. It's me calling 100,000 people to get a property.
4 to 6 weeks is what you'd look to see. It takes you about 2 hours per day or 14 hours per week. We would usually recommend to dedicate, and 4 to 6 weeks to secure your first property.
Okay. Good.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel now you know everything like that this could be the plan that could really help you break in and start trading within the industry?
Of course. Yeah, of course. Especially me knowing having zero knowledge when it comes to this, and then you guys come with the blueprints. It's just me following the steps. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, and also if I do it very well, I don't think it will take long for me to get back that £3,000 anyways. Once it go back, yeah, it's just really that step that you have to take. Yeah, out of your comfortable zone.
It's literally just the step, and nothing will ever make that step easy. Nothing. Time makes your step harder, and I can speak that from experience. It's just very much you have to kind of view it logically. If you like the program, if you want to do the business model, if you see the value, you've just got to think, check, 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 let me dive right in. Because what is the worst that can happen, really?
Nothing.
What's the worst that can happen? You've
lose that money, and then I have wealth, I have health. There's no, I'll just do it again, make money again.
You get a refund. Worst thing that can happen is you do everything you need, you don't get the result, you get a refund, and you move on with your life.
Yeah, but it's normal for people to have this kind of fear when you.
So normal.
Exactly, I know. The thing is, a lot of people say, nah, get out. But a lot of people that likes to work to 9 to 5. But like I said, I don't like to. I'm not gonna go back to this kind of work. So fear or no fear, I'm gonna do it. So yeah.
So should we take that step together and should we get you started?
That fear. Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. Should we do this together?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
need to
love
start because otherwise, but I'm a completely naive person. So you guys have to be very patient with me because I have zero
that.
knowledge when it comes to this. So it's basically a toddler learning
Yeah,
how to write the name. That's how
we
it's
have
going.
our youngest client 17. If a 17-year-old can do this and you have so much experience and you've started your own nail tech business, you're gonna be fine. You are gonna be just fine. And you can have my WhatsApp if you like. You can have my personal WhatsApp. So if you ever want a pep talk, you know I'm good at those. I'll just voice note you.
It's fine.
Sound good?
So another thing, like I was thinking, like, do you think this is a very, because I remember on the videos that I was seeing, and then one thing that they were saying is that the started on the property, when they started looking for the property, the time that they started wasn't a very good time, which is coincidentally it's now, because they said, I remember they said it was like around December, January, which is about now. They said a lot.
January is different. You're in September. You're about to go into a whole festive period. You're about
So
to
you
do
think that's good?
peak season. Yes.
Yeah, because I was thinking like, because I remember they said on their investment that one thing that they did wrong is that they started not in the very high season.
In January.
It was in
You
January.
would have a business. You would be broken even by January if you do it right.
Okay. Okay,
Sound
so
good?
we can start. So okay, let's say I say yes. No, let's say no. I've said yes.
Oh, you
I've
have
said
said yes.
okay. So now I've said yes. So let's say next step. What would it be, basically?
So we're going to do the onboarding. So the way that works is we'll fulfill the investments, we'll process the investment, we'll process that client guarantee agreement. I'm then going to send you a link to book a one-on-one coaching call. You can have your coaching call tomorrow with your coach. That's how quick we want to give you the support. And I'll just give you full access to the program right now as well. So you can log in, you can start going through it if you want to. You'll have full access to do so. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, so step by step, I'll talk you through it. So the first thing I'm going to send you is our Stripe invoice, and that is to process the investment. I'll send that to you via email, but I'll also send you a text link. Some people find it a bit easier, to be fair. So I've just sent that to you now, and let me just drop you a text. Copy. And I'll actually message your coach now, and we'll get them to open some availability for you for tomorrow as well. Text. Okay, I've literally just texted you, so let me know once you've received that.
Was normal text?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
normal text.
I got it now. Yeah, it was a link.
Yes, it's a Stripe link, so it's just a Stripe invoice. So essentially, if you just want to go ahead and process that, while you're doing that, I'm actually on my phone now messaging your coach as we speak, and then I'll talk you through the next email, and I'll give you full access and logins.
Okay, so
Just take your time while you're doing that, and just let me know once you've done it. If there's any issues with it, like declining or anything, just let me know. Sometimes with the amount the link does. So if you need my help, I'm here to support. And then I've got the documents prepared, so I'll let you know once you've done that. So I'm not bombarding you with too much stuff.
okay, is there any contract that I have to sign before I do this transfer? Or
So it's all on an automation. So the way it's going to work is the payment will be fulfilled, your onboarding form will be submitted, you're going to get access to the agreement, you're going to get access to the logins and the link to book a call. So it's all like one after the other after the other. So I've just prepared all that now for you.
I think it's done.
Let me just check that for you. Yeah, perfect. That has been paid. So first things first, welcome to the team. Congratulations.
Thank you.